when you're setting boundaries, you also want to be mindful not to come off as toxic or selfish. Boundaries shouldn't come from a place of selfishness. They should also be a place of empathy in how you deal with people and how you handle people. If you've ever felt like people walk all over you or drain your energy, chances are you need to start setting personal boundaries. Because let's be for real, without them, life can be very chaotic and messy. So in today's video, we're talking about what healthy personal boundaries are, why setting them are not just important, but necessary for your peace of mind, your emotions, and your overall well-being, and also how to create these boundaries with people so you don't end up looking like the villain. First of all, let me explain what personal boundaries are. Personal boundaries are like your own set of rules that lets people know what you're okay with and what you're not okay with in your space and in your life. Those invisible lines that help you protect your peace of mind, your emotions, your energy, and your sanity. People that have boundaries usually know how to keep things balanced because they are very clear about what they are okay with, what they like, and what they don't like. The truth is, people will treat you how you let them. And if you do not have these boundaries in place, people are going to take advantage of you without thinking twice. Now, don't be surprised. The minute you start setting these boundaries, many people will start telling you that you're being too difficult, they don't like it. They are definitely not going to like it. But guess what? You are not here to make everyone happy. It is not your duty to make everybody happy. You are here to protect your peace. And if you do not set boundaries in your life, it's like a disservice to yourself. It's like taking the back seat in your own life so as not to displease others. But the thing is, as long as your boundaries are keeping you mentally and emotionally safe and secured, you have the duty to stick to them regardless of what anybody is saying. We always hear people say, set boundaries, but what exactly do these boundaries actually look like in real life? If you've watched one of my videos where I spoke about red flags to look out for in friendships, if you've not seen that video, I'm going to link it in the description box. I mentioned in that video that one of my boundaries that I enforce with people is that you are not allowed to take any of my belongings without telling me first about it. It's not like you're taking permission to use it or to collect it. So just let me know, letting me know first before you take them, or even if you've taken them, let me know. If I'm not around, send me a message and let me be in the know. That is a boundary. Another example of a healthy boundary is you telling a friend to stop going through your phone. Same thing with unannounced visits. Telling your family and friends that you would rather they call or send a text letting you know that they are coming over to visit you isn't you being rude. It's about you protecting your space. It's not like you don't love them or you don't enjoy their company or you don't want them around. But sometimes you might be busy and not have time to pay attention to a visitor. Or some other times it might be that you're not even busy, but you're not just in the mood to entertain any guest at that point. I just want to be in my house by myself, in my space, enjoying my own company. Please don't come and disturb it. It is my time and it is my space. So I get to decide and choose when I am going to spend that time with you. So if I have to share my time and my space with you, the best that you can do or the least that you can do is to give me a heads up and let me know that you are coming. Giving heads up before you visit people helps people to prepare. Like maybe they need to cook something or they need to clean the environment or maybe they need to be mentally ready to entertain people, because if you are like me, somebody like me, it takes a lot of energy for me to be social. Being social takes energy. So it's not about me being antisocial or me not liking people. As much as I enjoy my space and my company, I also enjoy the company of others. But it takes a lot of energy for me. So if somebody is giving me a heads up, letting me know that they are coming, I have to mentally prepare to be around people. Coming to pay me a visit without telling me, without letting me know, without giving me any heads up, and you just show at my gate, it's not something I like. It's not something I am okay with. So letting people know that you're not okay with that is you setting a boundary. Another example of a boundary is you telling people or your friends that you don't like to receive calls after a certain time. Personally, I don't have that as a strict rule, but what I know I do is I don't call people after once it's past 9 p.m. I don't place any call except it is urgent. If it's something I can take over to the next day, once I want to make a call and I check the time and I see that it's 9 p.m., I'm not putting that call through. I'll have to wait till the next day because it can wait. I feel like anything past 9 p.m. should be everybody's personal time. So me calling past 9 is me forcing myself into your personal time, and I feel like it is not right. So if you're calling me past 9, I might pick, but sometimes picking that call once it's past 9 p.m. depends on a few things. Telling your friends that once it's after 9, I don't like taking calls. You either send it as a text message or you move it over to the next day, is you setting a boundary. Another example is telling people to knock before they enter your room, or telling them to take off their shoes before they come into your house. Little things like that are boundaries too. It's just about setting the right tone for how you want to be treated in your own space. The thing is, you can set as many boundaries as you want, as long as it protects you emotionally, physically, mentally, and even spiritually. That is all that matters. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody. Your boundaries can make sense to just you, and that's okay. Because sometimes some people might be like, this thing does not even make sense. Yes, it does not have to make sense to you. You just have to respect them. It makes sense to me, and that is enough. You are the one living your life, so they have to deal with it if they want to be a part of your life. Because you see, human beings, oh God, humans, if you give them water to wash hand, they will use that same water to bathe themselves. Meaning, if you give them small advantage like this, they are going to take full advantage of you if you're not being careful. When you're setting boundaries, you also want to be mindful not to come off as toxic or selfish. Boundaries shouldn't come from a place of selfishness. They should also be a place of empathy in how you deal with people and how you handle people. The whole point of setting and having boundaries is to first protect yourself and make sure that nobody is taking advantage of you. But that doesn't mean it is now an excuse for you to be rude, toxic, or selfish. Many people find it very difficult to set boundaries because they are afraid of coming off as being rude or being seen as difficult. So I'm going to give you 2 tips on how to set healthy boundaries without looking like the villain. Step number 1 is for you to be clear and sure of what you need. Basically, know yourself. There's no way you are going to set boundaries without being self-aware. You need to know what makes you feel good. You need to know what annoys you. You need to know what makes you feel disrespected or feel uncomfortable. Because if you don't know what you're okay with or what you're not okay with, how are you going to know where to draw the line? You need to start paying attention to how you feel in different situations. Your emotions are a good guide to letting you know these things. Tip number 2 is to communicate your boundaries in an honest and polite manner to people. Most people would respect your boundaries if you are able to communicate it clearly to them. But one thing you need to do, that you have to do, that you must do, is tell people about your boundaries. Communicate it with them. I don't like this being done. I don't like that being done. If you do this thing, I feel disrespected. If you do this thing, I feel uncomfortable. Let them know, because they might even be crossing this line without knowing. They would not know that they are doing anything to offend you. You will just end up getting frustrated and upset every time. And even them, they will be bothered. They will be wondering why you're always getting upset because they don't even know what is upsetting you. Let people know. State it clearly. Let them know where you stand on these things. If you're able to tell them what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, they will respect it. For those that you tell and they don't want to respect it, you know what to do to them now. They can take the exit. Me, I don't even waste time to cause those kind of people off, because if you cannot respect my boundaries, I don't want to have anything to do with you. If I tell you the things I'm okay with and the things I'm not okay with and you're still doing them, then what exactly are we doing here? Why are we friends? Why are you in my life? I am just going to cut you off. Now, I get it. Sometimes it's not everybody that you can cut off, especially when they are family members. You cannot cut those kind of people off. But what I encourage is to give those kind of people space. I'm all about loving people from a distance. I am pro. You can love people from a distance, because anything or anybody that is going to bring negative vibes in you, I will love you from afar. Just find a way to keep less contact with them. And like I said earlier, not everybody is going to be okay with how you do things, and that is okay. That is fine. The same thing goes for respecting other people's boundaries. Even if you don't understand why they have this kind of boundaries, your only duty is to respect them. Personally, I don't think I have wild boundaries, but I have met people that have the wildest type of boundaries. And I'm like, huh? But I have to respect them, because if I expect people to respect my boundaries, I should do same for others too. I believe that when you respect someone's boundaries, it shows that you respect them as a person, and you care for them, and you love them. You love them enough not to disrespect them. So you are going to accept their boundaries like that and deal with it. If somebody tells you to stop calling them by a particular name, maybe you have a nickname that you call them by, and they don't find it comfortable, they don't like the idea that you're calling them by that name, and they tell you, please stop, I don't like it. You stop, you respect it, and you stop. I remember one time, there's one girl I met, she's used to calling her friends using the B word, like, hey, so her, there's no problem with that. It's not, she does not mean the word in a bad way, but personally, I did not like it. And I told her, for her, it might be a term of endearment calling your friends like that, but me, I don't like it. Please don't use the word for me again. She did not go ahead to now start arguing with me how, oh, she does not mean. The minute I just told her, I don't like this word, don't use it for me again, she stopped with that argument. And that is exactly how you should respect people. If the person tells you, I don't like this thing, stop it. No need to start arguing with them. Ah, no, now, no, don't do that. Stop it immediately. It does not make sense that you will keep ignoring it and you will keep crossing the line continuously every time. If someone tells you clearly what they don't like or what they don't want, why would you keep ignoring it? It does not even make sense to me. That means you don't respect them. And usually this thing would end up building resentment in this person, which will now mess up your relationship that you have with that person. And it's not worth it at all. So as you're setting your boundaries and you're expecting people to respect yours, you should also learn and put it at the back of your head that you also need to respect the boundaries of other people. We have come to the end of today's video, and I would like to know the boundaries that you have been able to set in your relationships with people. Let's continue the conversation in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.